Bell rolls is the reporter thrown into the secretive world of the Forex Super Model, where nothing is as it seems. Beware the techno monk, and steer clear of Professor Code and his two assistants. Give the senior trader a wide berth, and don't expect any sense from the risk manager.
Good morning, I'm Professor Coate and this is the Forex Super Model daily briefing for Monday the 18th of October 2021. Time is just coming up to 04:30 GMT, Asian session coming to close, European session firing up, our lunchtime, North American session. Right, Friday the 15th, the last full trading day then, we had a negative opposed driver in the yen at minus 288, front and back door flows mainly going into the pound at plus 281, into the euro at plus 31, and the dollar was the negative rock at minus 24, activity plus or minus 312. Last week then, just for reference, Monday the 11th to Friday the 15th, last trading week then, we had a negative unopposed driver in the yen at minus 894, no backdoor flows, the opposing positive flows mainly going into the pound at plus 606, into the euro at plus 245, and the dollar was the positive rock at plus 43, activity plus or minus 894. So over last week we had yen weakness driving in an unopposed manner over the week, and then it started coming off a bit. The yen started thinking about coming up. If you look, it's now the Friday, it was the opposed negative driver, and if we look at the intraday then, which is the Asian session to about 15 minutes ago, we've got a positive opposed driver in the yen at plus 79, front and back door flows mainly coming out the pound minus 67, out the euro at minus 13, and the dollar's the positive rock at plus 1, activity plus or minus 80. So you're seeing this like revolving strength in the yen. So over the week the yen was unopposed in the negative. Friday it started to be opposed by a bit of the dollar, and then today in the Asian session we've got the yen positively driving in an opposed manner. So we've got reversal of these flows. We've got pound weakness and euro weakness, dollar pretty static, and yen strength. So we'll stop it there and write up the flows. Right, we're back. We've written up the flows then. So the euro is weak except against the Swiss franc. The yen is strong except against the New Zealand dollar. The pound is strong except against the dollar, the yen, and the New Zealand dollar. The Swiss is weak across the board. The CAD is weak except against the Swiss and the euro. The AUD is weak except against the euro, the CAD, and the Swiss. The NZD is strong across the board. The dollar, is strong except against the yen and the New Zealand. So what have we got then? We've got Swiss weakness across the board, and we've got New Zealand strength. And if you look, the next weakest is the euro, and the next strongest is the yen. So we've got yen and New Zealand strength, euro and Swiss weakness, and take your pick in the middle. Right, what's going to knock it about, or has knocked it about? Well, Sunday then, basically a few hours ago, we had a New Zealand CPI which was positive. Today, Monday the 18th, we've had China GDP which came in soft, but the retail sales came in positive. And we've got a light day today, so that's important to note. Tuesday then, tomorrow, we've got Reserve Bank of Australia minutes, and then some Tier 2 US building permits data, so we've got a light day today, tomorrow effectively as well, after the Reserve Bank Australia minutes. And Wednesday we've got China rates decision and the Bank of Canada CPI. So we've got two light days of data, and we're starting to see negative risk tones in the Asian session. Anyway, we'll stop it there. We'll write up the asset classes and then do the analysis. Right, we've written up the asset classes. So US dollar index basically were chopped up. It's come back. It's 0.25 from the high, so it's 25% off the modelled high. So the dollar is relatively soft, a quarter off. Gold should potentially like that. It's still not half marks. but it's 0.40 from the floor. It's arguably come up a little bit stiff, very sticky, and below half marks. Oil did this big break and is staying right up to the highs. It's now plus 0.42 from the resistance, so it's broken out 42% from the resistance in model terms. So that's where we are. Wall Street, S&P, Tech, they've all got this this sort of pump up, come back, and then they're coming back now. Wall Street is 0.18 from the high, S&P is 0.29 from the high, and the Tech is 0.45 from the high. So if you look at that's basically the batting order. Wall Street is 18% off the high, S&P is 29% off the high, and the Tech is 45% off the high. Now that's interesting. The Tech and the S&P over any decent period of time are pretty much locked in together. So if you've got a disconnect between the S&P and the Tech, and maybe Wall Street, you've got trading opportunities there. Right. So anyway, we've got. We're looking at US 10-year and the bonds. This is the prices then. The US 10-year, basically the price is right down on the floor, so yields are strong in the US 10-year. The bond, the yields are less strong, but the price is dropped as well. So you're looking at where is it? The bond is 0.22 from the floor. So the bond is 22%. Basically, in model terms, weaker yield than the US. Copper did this big break. It's now plus 0.42 from the resistance, so it's broken out 42%. And where is the other one? Oil's also 42% from the resistance, so that's similar, basically the same. And US steel, it's bumping along the floor, but it's come up to nearly a quarter, 0.23 from the floor, so it's 23% above the model floor, but soft. Right, we'll get rid of that, and then we'll just do the final analysis. So if you remember what we said, we've got two light data days, and then nothing really massive day today on Wednesday, but nevertheless we've got light data. And if you look at, right, let's just grab this. Look at the flows. Let's look at the majors then. So dollar, euro, yen, and the pound. And then we've got the CAD, the AUD, NZD, and the Swiss. So we had this positive data on the NZD, which, and if you look at the Asian session, you can see that the New Zealand dollar is strong across the board, and that's off the back of this positive CPI data, and yet the AUD is weak. So we've not got a disconnect in risk on risk off flows. If you starting there, really, you've got oil, which is at the highs after the break, about 42% above the break, and yet the CAD in the Asian flows is soft, except against the Swiss and the Euro. So you've got a disconnect there as well. So the CAD oil transmission is not going through. So you know, that's something to bear in mind as well. So the dollar's behaving as the positive rock at the moment, and it's pretty static in terms of dynamic flows. The yen profile has been soft, and now we're starting to see a bit of strength in the Asian. It's actually driving in a positive manner in the Asian session. So we've got yen strength, and the likelihood and equities are mashing about, trying to get some traction. So that's where we are. And the pound has been pumped, and the pound is thinking about coming off as well. So and the euro is soft. So you've got negative, and neutral on the dollar. So really, bearing in mind we've got this light data today and tomorrow, you might well see some outside moves. The market really wants to really reclaim those highs of the equity market. Whether it's going to be, we'll see what's happening in the next 2 days. The Asian session looks very wary, and we're starting to see yen strength. And Friday we started to see yen strength as well. So arguably the most likely event is we're going to get a couple of days of risk off, yen strength, dollar neutrality, flows out of the euro and the pound, and the New Zealand being the odd one out, and then you're going to get flows out of the CAD and the AUD, and the Swiss is very weak at the moment, but that's possibly because it's following the euro on the way down. So anyway, that's and equities are likely to be soft. So I hope that was useful. The main thing is going to be yet again is what's happening to equities and the equity yen transmission. So expect the yen. The yen's got plenty of room to come up. So look out for a stronger yen and all the other transmissions we just mentioned. So hope that was useful. See you again tomorrow for the daily briefing. Thanks for watching.